implement. This is what I will take away from this session. So I just want you to look into that crystal ball. Just stretch a little bit into the future and then tell me, okay, this is what I want to do. All right, guys, let's crack on. Essence of entrepreneurial marketing. So what should an entrepreneur focus on? What should be the prime objective? What should they concentrate on? So look at the image on the screen and anyone tell me, guys, what's going on here? What do you see in front of you? What is happening? What process is taking place in this particular slide or in this particular image? Anyone? Okay, guys, when I say anyone, just shoot. Exactly, Mahvesh. Bang on. Selling of vegetables or selling of fruit. Absolutely, it's a market. Exchanges are happening. What I want to focus on is something called, very correctly pointed out, this is called, the word is selling. So what is the essence of entrepreneurial marketing? The essence, in my view, of entrepreneurial marketing is to sell, is to focus on sell. You have your magnifying glass on selling. The rest will tie in. So if this is my focus, this is my main aim as an entrepreneur, so what sort of strategy, what sort of marketing strategy should I have to achieve this objective? Okay, so Hale, you can chat to me if you have anything to say. All right, go on. What do you want to say, Sohail? All right, I presume that was just a slip of the finger. All right, okay, so let's sort of carry on. So selling is the main focus as far as entrepreneurs are concerned. The second very important point, again, I think it's a very fundamental point for an entrepreneur, that mostly they don't have money. They don't have a lot of resource. So what you see in front of you is you are on a shoestring budget. You don't have a lot of money. So how can you put together a marketing strategy where you don't have money? Well, the two actually don't go together. It's a paradox. So my question is, if I don't have money, if I don't have enough budget like Apple or Samsung or Procter & Gamble, who yearly spend about excess of $8 to $9 billion on advertising alone, and I merely have like a couple of $1,000s, if that, to create a marketing strategy. How do I do that? Okay, any sharp brushes out there? What would you say? All right, right product for the right market. Let's not be philosophical, Mahvesh. Let's be a bit practical here. That is fine. As a concept, I agree. But if you don't have money, what else can you? Okay, good. All right, we target. Yeah, word of mouth. Excellent. We have partnerships. You guys are hitting the right ballpark. Put all that into one word and tell me, yeah, niche marketing can be part of it, Zara? Absolutely. Yeah, okay, segmentation. I think niche marketing is a type of segmentation. You may even have to go to micro marketing, where you target very specifically and you don't want to waste any money. You can't go mass. Yeah, you can't tackle a big group because, okay, yeah, Dr. Jamil Saab, absolutely right. This is what we will talk about, inshallah, in about an hour and a half, digital marketing. I'm just going to talk about the strategy. I'm not going to talk about the tools. But I think you guys are hitting in the right ballpark. Let me sort of share my view with you after sort of collapsing all that into one word. Hence, entrepreneurial marketing strategy should be creative. Where you don't have money, you have to be smart. You have to be creative. You have to get attention. You have to create awareness. Now, the big question is, how can we be creative? Okay, I don't have a franchise on that. I don't have a jurisdiction on that, guys. In fact, maybe I'm not a very creative person. You know, the day I graduated as an electronics engineer, I think most of my creativity was sucked out. But anyway, I try. Then maybe there is a flash of creativity from time to time. Yeah, Mahvesh, you're absolutely right. Special offers. We will sort of, you know, I just want you to talk about strategy here. Let's, for the time being, move away from the tools. Okay, tools are fine, but let's get the strategy in. Then we can sort of, you know, talk about the tools or applications or, you know, media or similar other front end devices. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a creativity test. So you guys see in front of you an advert, which I find quite creative. Can anyone tell me what do they see? When they see this image, what comes to mind? What is the purpose here? What is the purpose of the message? What is this advert saying to you? Wow, so here, yes, kidneys, but in the shape of? Yes, you're right. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Bushra, health and fitness. So basically this is, they are not boxing gloves. Good answer. They may look like boxing gloves, but if you see there are laces out. So yes, they are running shoes, and the idea here was that World Kidney Day, right at the bottom of the screen, if you see there is a blue box appearing, they were running charity, or they were doing a charity run. So basically they were advertising that everyone should run for kidneys. Okay, so the message is, yeah, it's healthy to run. At the same time, when you run, we will collect some money. This was the World Kidney Day celebration. I thought it was very creative. Okay, let's move on. Let's do the second creativity test. Guys, what do you see in front of you? I think it's very clear. You have a flea-infested dog. Okay, now this is actually the floor of a shopping mall. And if you see, yeah, absolutely theme-oriented, guys. Yeah, you are labeling it absolutely correctly. But the point here is, what's the creativity band? What's the creativity element here? So it's a huge advert. In fact, it's the whole of the floor of a shopping mall. You can see it from like 200 feet. So here, this company is selling flea spray. You can't miss it. I mean, if you put something like this in America or a pet-loving country, I think this is highly creative and people just cannot avoid it. They will look at it. Second type of creativity. Okay, let's move on, guys. One more. I think this is this is very neat. What do you see there? What is this person, this entrepreneur trying to advertise? And I think this guy, whoever he or she is, he's a very creative entrepreneur. So this is basically, yeah, it's a saloon, it's a barber shop. Okay, need a top shop. Bottom of the screen, guys, where the blue rectangle is appearing, need a top shop, you know, come to this shop, the number is there. And even perhaps if you sort of look further down in a very fine print, perhaps the address is there as well. But I found this to be a very, very neat, very, very creative. So you have to be creative. As an entrepreneur, you really need to switch on your creativity. You have to, you know, put in the plug. Yeah, Rabia. Okay, Rabia wanted to say something. Oh, no problem, Rabia. I mean, I know when you guys get excited, you know, sometimes the symbols, the fingers slip. So that's absolutely fine, no worries. Okay, move on. All right. So, yes, it's nice to be creative, guys. But then at the same time, we have to get our marketing strategy together. The creativity has to be directed. It has to hit a spot. It must achieve an objective. Okay, so be creative, but at the same time be focused. But the question is, Focused on what? Okay, let me sort of try to make it simple because I like simple things. I mean, I have a very, very, how should I say, basic brain. You know, I can't handle complexity. So I try to break things down. So here, as an entrepreneur, while you are being creative, you also need to focus on three things. As a marketer, now this is a marketer speaking to you, even though I know I am teaching or I am talking to entrepreneurs, but basically I am a marketer and I can't get that out of me. So it sort of keeps returning. So what do we need to focus on? One, purpose of the message, basic marketing tenet. Two, a very important point, and I'm going to discuss this in more detail, the benefit or the benefits of the product. When I say the word product, it can be a commodity, it can be a service. Third point, very important, the brand, and especially the brand personality. Let's look at these three basic elements. And let's try to apply creativity to them while we are communicating to our niche market, our customer, or whichever segment you want to address. Okay, guys. So let's start with this. Okay, guys. Anyone, what is the purpose here? So I am advertising to you. I am an organization, and what is the purpose? Oh, very good. So here, lungs, trees. So what's the purpose? What am I saying to you? Okay, Fatma, yeah, grow more plants because you are destroying, forests. Yeah, breathing. Okay, so breathing and trees, connect the two together. What do you get? Yes, it is about sustainability. Absolutely right, Rabia. Yeah, Bushra, it is eco-friendly nature, eco-friendly behavior. Basically, what W does, it is World Wild Fund. And what it is saying is, please don't destroy the Amazon forest. They are the lungs of this earth. Yes, absolutely, Amazahisa. It is awareness about survival. So O2 levels are going down. Yes, absolutely, Sayyid Yasir Saab. O2 levels are decreasing. Please, 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 please don't destroy the forest. You are not only killing different species, you're making them extinct. At the same time, you're destroying the lungs of the earth. But I think you're absolutely right. Most of you are bang on. It is about sustainability. It is about growing more trees. It is about reforestation. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so this is, in my view, quite creative marketing. All right, so this is the purpose here. Let's sort of move to the second element. And if you remember, the second element was about, anyone? Okay. Customers don't buy the product, guys. They buy the benefit. What's in it for me? Okay, so you have this wonderful craft, whipped mayonnaise or whipped cream or whipped soft cheese. I don't know, one of those. So what you see in front of you, what benefit is this product communicating to you? Anyone? Anyone? Okay. All right, let me sort of put a little bit of explanation here, guys. Now, what you guys are describing, fat, low fat, light fat, they are all features. I'm going to talk about this. Yes, yes, yes. So here now you're hitting the right ballpark. It is about health. Okay. Taste is more of functionality. What's the benefit here? When you are light, when you have low fat in your body, what happens to you? How do you look? Yes, you look healthy. You look, the word is, yeah, that's the one, Abdul Rahman. You have a good figure. You look good. You feel good. You look attractive. Smart is more to do with the brain, but okay, fine. That's absolutely fine. Maybe it makes you smart as well. That I am not aware of. But the main thing is the benefit here is, why do we go to a fitness club? Why do we eat low-calorie foods? Why do we eat fruits and vegetables? Because we want to look good. Come on. That is the main purpose. That is the benefit. And I'm going to talk about this in a minute. Okay, guys? So let's sort of move on. Good, 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 good. All right. I think everyone carries bottled water nowadays. And here you have one very special bottled water. This is Evian. Third point. You see the image. I want you to tell me what's the brand personality here. When you see this brand Evian and the image going with that brand, what personality comes to your mind? What would you think? What would you think about the product? Very good, Rabia. Nature. Absolutely. Nature. Nature. Sohail, Bushra, bang on. Clean. Absolutely clean. Okay. Wow, Nakib, I think you got it. Pure. I think that is one word that I was looking for. So here the brand personality is pure. And you can call it clean, you can call it natural, you can call it, you know, organic, you can call it fairy meadows. You know, that is the sort of, you know, it's nature. It's basically, you know, pure. Okay, guys. So just to give you a very quick introduction to those three main points. Okay. So first of all, what was the first point? Can anyone very, very quickly tell me? What was the first point, guys? Very good. What was the second point? Good, Muhammad Yasin. Okay, second point. Yeah, absolutely right, Zara. Imran benefit. And the third point, you don't get any prizes for guessing this because it's right in front of you, the brand personality. Excellent. So now we're going to explore this in more detail. So the scene is set. So let's move on. Okay. Now I want you to do a little activity for me, guys. Yeah, that's a very good one, value. Value is always behind everything a marketer or an entrepreneur does. Sayyid Saab, this is a huge point. I today won't go into value. Maybe I'll sort of touch on the outskirts of value. But today I'm going to talk about entrepreneurial marketing and creative entrepreneurial marketing. But that's a very important point. Okay, something for you guys to do. I want you to play with this because this is a very important point. And what I want you to play with is here in front of you, I have an activity. Just imagine that you have been hired by a marketing agency as a very bright-eyed, bushy-tailed marketing strategist. And what they want you to do is they want you to come up with a marketing strategy for a particular product. So here, if you see, I have already sort of given you the description of the product, okay? So it is, the product is Kidalicious. Okay, so what is Kidalicious? The purpose of Kidalicious marketing will be to convince our target customers or audience, typically mothers of 3 to 12-year-olds, that Kidalicious is the most nutritious and healthy cereal in the market. So let me show you Kidalicious. This is Kidalicious. Have a good look at it. The product is right in front of you. The image is on your left-hand side. Kidalicious. You can read what is on that product or the box of that product. What I want you to do. Now I want you to come up with a marketing strategy. Basically, I want you to outline 3 points here as a part of that marketing strategy. The first, what should be the purpose of the message? 2, by looking at the product, what benefits can you sort of glean, extract from the product? And 3, how can you describe or define personality of this product? Okay, so have a good look. I will give you a couple of minutes on this and then tell me those 3 basic points. Purpose of the message is in front of you. the image. Benefit that you feel should be communicated by looking at the product, the nature of the product, the description of the product. And 3, how will you describe, define personality of the brand? And remember, I don't want too many words. Okay? If you want to hit the sweet spot, if you want to get into the consumer's mind or into the customer's brain, you have to be punchy. You have to be minimal with your use of words. That's how things stick. If you write an essay, people forget. All right. Okay, so I think I'm just going to start sort of talking to you guys if anyone wants to say something. Okay, so let's start with point number 1 first. So what will be the purpose of the message? I mean, I have some purpose is healthy, yummy, and nutritious. Okay, fine. So this is what you want to communicate: healthy, yummy, nutritious, a quick, healthy meal. Okay, that's fine. What else could be the purpose of this message? Anyone else? Good message? That's fine. Good start. Okay, fulfilling. All right. So fulfilling meaning you will not feel hungry. Okay, so your kid can have a morning breakfast, go to school, come back full of energy, satisfaction. Okay, Rabia, that's fine, but it's a very open word. Yeah, Nakib, that's where we are going now, full of vitamins. Excellent. And the taste is there. And the minerals are there. All right, so that's where we are now. Good, 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 good. Abdur Rafe, healthy cereal with great taste. Excellent. Mother's love. Wow. Sayyid Saab, now you are hitting those benefits. So you're going to point 2, but that's absolutely fine. Excellent. Healthy, friendly with taste. Okay, healthy. All right, so that's what, okay, energy with taste. Guys, I think some good ideas. Kids love to eat this. Okay, fair enough. But I think at this point, we are not very sure. So try to avoid something where you are sort of running ahead of the results. Maybe they will love it, maybe they won't. So don't sort of use a claim which is not substantiated. But you can say things like full of energy, you know. Someone said full of vitamins and minerals, that's absolutely fine. Fulfilling, someone said that, that's absolutely fine. Great taste, that's absolutely fine. Some good ideas. Okay, let's move on to benefits now. Remember, guys, benefits are intrinsic, meaning they are emotional. I'm going to talk about this again. And this is ultimately what humans want. Okay, now, Anita, that's a good one. Good for picky eaters. But still, it may be a little bit of a function here. So how can you turn that into a benefit? Think about it, Anita, and come back to me. All right, okay. So good growth of young children. From the mother side, how can you put that into a benefit? Good growth. Don't worry about your child. You will have a nice, beautiful, bouncy child. Child which will run around without any problem. Child who will not see a doctor for the next 3 years. Child who will not get sick easily, because you're talking about immune system, Yasir. Say Yasir Saab. Okay, quick made, it will save you time. That is the benefit. Healthy diet for kids, yeah. Bright, shiny, energetic children, always running around, always bouncing around. They will do their homework and still have energy to go out and play. Okay, quick meals, Sayyid Saab. Quick meals basically means that you will save time. You will not be sort of making this particular cereal and spending half an hour on the stove. If it's a quick meal one, you just sort of mix the thing together, give it to your kids. You save time. The time that you save, you can use it for other purposes. Excellent, excellent. Sayyid Asif, absolutely healthy, energetic kids. Good. Healthy fruits now, Muhammad Yasin. Again, this is not a benefit, this is more of a function. So if you eat healthy fruits, what happens? What happens to you? Or you look good. Maybe you will have a shiny skin. Maybe you will have a very good digestive system, meaning you will not require day-to-day medicine. So you will save on money. So these are, so remember guys, I'm going to talk about this again. Benefits are emotional. Benefits are what we are looking for. I'm really going to go into it. So that's good. Now, finally, I don't want to take too much time because time is running. Final point, guys, personality of the brand. How would you describe the personality of the brand? Now, use a couple of words. Don't use a whole sentence even, because the personality of the brand has to be punchy. Anyone? Okay. Cruelty-free. Wow, 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 wow. Don't use a heavy word such as cruelty. Soften the blow here. Organic and beautiful. Absolutely. Dr. Jamil Saab, that would be nice. Pure is another one. Hulk, what does that mean? Okay, powerful. You mean full of power. Good, good, family friendly. Okay, complete diet, complete nutrition. Oh, kids will love it. Okay, good. Adnan, what do you want to say? Okay, guys, I think you're hitting the kid lovers. I like this. Muhammad Noman, that's a good one. Okay, let me give you a quick sort of rundown on this. I think you guys are hitting very sweet notes here. I totally agree with you. Okay, now let's sort of start the main part of the session. Now you're warmed up. I think you're getting the ideas. Now I'm going to tell you a 7-step entrepreneurial marketing strategy, which should work practically. Again, as I said, this strategy, I have pieced it together by using different materials, different sources. So this is not one model from one book. This is something which has been stitched together, and I feel it will work. Okay, guys. So what happens as a first step? The first step, which I've been talking to you, I've been warming you up, is something which is dramatic about your product. Something which is unique about your product. Something which really stands out, which jumps out, which screams out. Okay, that's the first thing. When you are marketing your product, when you're marketing your service, the first step is find the word is inherent drama in your offering. Offering means product or the service. So that's the very first thing. And this is what we've been trying to do, looking at products and seeing what's the great benefit, what is the unique quality, what is the wonderful experience that we will get. That's the first thing. Second, once you have found this inherent drama, now that drama needs to be converted or translated into a benefit or benefits. Okay, I'm going to talk about this. Don't worry. I'm going to stitch these 7 steps together in a little bit more detail. So inherent drama. Now, second step, convert that drama into a powerful benefit, into a meaningful benefit, into a noticeable benefit. Number 3, now you have the benefit. Benefit is what you're going to communicate to your customer. Okay, this is the key advertising message. This is the key advertising communication. So when you communicate your benefit or benefits, make sure it is done in a very believable way. And I'm going to talk about this because sometimes you see adverts, you see messages communicating benefits in a way which is total fantasy land. No one believes. They are over the top. So you really need to hit the rational line here. So how do we do that? Inshallah, I'll talk about that. Now, this is very important, guys. If you don't get people's attention, if you don't get your customers' interest, if you don't draw them in, if you don't draw your customers in, no one is going to listen to your benefits. No one is going to listen to your message. You're going to waste your money. So how do we get people's attention? How do we get customers' attention? Very, very important. And then not only get their attention, that is only half the job done. The main thing is you involve your customers. Here I'm using the word audience in such a way that they are motivated to help you with your advertising. They become carriers of your advertising. They are the ones who are going to spread your advertising or your message or your product benefits. So creating that involvement where your audience, your customers are motivated. It's very important. Now, how do you know that your advertising, your marketing is working? You could be wasting a lot of money and you could be targeting the wrong segment, or you could be totally missing the point in terms of the benefits of your product. So make sure that you are communicating clearly with the target audience. So how do we make sure? I'm going to talk about that. And then finally, remember, as I've already said, an entrepreneur's main objective, main focus is to sell. Selling is the main focus. So are you selling? Are you making money? Are you generating profit? This is the measure of your success, whether your marketing strategy is hitting the sweet spot or not. Your sales, your profit, your revenue will tell us. And I think Syed Saab used the word value, the value output. Remember, monetary value is important. Okay, so this is how, as an entrepreneur, I will gauge the success of my strategy. Okay, guys, let's look at these 7 points in a bit more detail. Especially, I'm going to look at these two parts of the strategy. I'm going to focus on them because they are the most important. Get people's attention and motivate them to get involved. Very, very important part of the strategy. Okay, let's move on. Let's start with the first point, which was finding the inherent drama in your product. Okay, I'm going to retract a little and I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, and the question is that you have to find something inherently interesting about the product that I'm going to show you. Okay, and that product that I'm going to show you, you've already seen it. In fact, I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to ask you the question anyway because you've already seen it. It's a Kidalicious breakfast. Tell me, guys, you have seen Kidalicious. You saw the image. You saw the box image. You saw the front image. Now you are advertising this. You are the marketing manager on this advertising campaign. What is inherently most interesting about Kidalicious? What would you say? One most interesting, dramatic, okay, diet is a little vague, Rabia. Try to hit it a little bit more specifically. All right, delicious, but is delicious enough? Remember who your audience is. Taste, okay, fine, like, Sayyid Naqvi Saab. Now we are hitting the right natural ingredients. Zabardast, nutritious. Muzammil, that is wonderful. Okay, I think you're getting healthy meal. Okay, the inherent or interesting or dramatic sort of point in my view, and there could be others, absolutely fine, high concentration of vitamins and minerals. So this is what makes it healthy. This is what makes it nutritious. This is what makes it good for children. And I think one of you said diet, complete diet. Yeah, I can go with that. But remember, your inherent drama must be punchy. It must be very reflective. Okay, good. Okay, now let me sort of, come back to a cereal slightly different than Kidalicious, but more or less similar. Have a look at this cereal and then tell me what's the inherent drama. What should be the inherent drama? One inherent drama that I can take and then I can develop my marketing strategy on that inherent drama. That will be my start. Okay, guys, have a look. This is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What's the inherent drama here? Okay. Does it say that? Try to see the information and then come up with something from the description or the message that you see in front of you. Okay, can it be fun? Remember, when you're talking about cereals, when you're talking about health products, when you're talking about nutrition, when you're talking about diet, try to say something which affects the body in a positive way. Okay. Wow, 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 Fatma, I think you got the point here. Full of vitamins and minerals. I gave you a clue in the earlier slide. Absolutely. This is what I would say. This is the inherent drama. This is one of the very powerful features, functional features of this particular product. Okay. Muhammad Yasin, full of energy would be more of a benefit, but we can sort of come to this later. Energy booster would also be perhaps more of a functional, I would say functional benefit, not emotional benefit. So here inherent drama is, it is full of vitamins and minerals. Okay. So inherent drama, very important. Try to discover, try to locate, try to find that in your product. All right, let's do a little quiz here. Let's sort of do a little bit more about finding inherent drama. I am sure all of you want to own this car. It's a beauty. It's a lovely car. It's a Tesla. Okay, guys. I think most of you, inshallah, once you graduate from CED, IBA, you will be working towards this nice piece of technology. Okay, guys, tell me, what's the inherent drama? What would you say? Inshallah, inshallah, Nakib. Okay, what's the inherent drama here? So you are hired by Tesla. They want you to sell this beauty. What's the inherent drama? How would you say? Wow, Rabia, that is good. That is good. Okay, luxury is good. People love luxury. People buy luxury. Electricals, say it's up. That's a good one. Okay, comfort, durability. Okay. Okay, tell me, what is Tesla famous for? What has Tesla got which Mercedes-Benz, the one which runs on petrol, hasn't got? Ah, Noman. Oh, that is beautiful. Environmental friendly luxury. This is, yes, 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 yes. This is where I want to sort of, you would go with it. Eco-friendly, environmentally friendly. Okay, that is the inherent drama. Luxury, which is eco-friendly, even better. Yes, absolutely right, Sohail. Autopilot, it's a very smart car. It's a very efficient car. It's a hybrid. In fact, it's not a hybrid, Rabia. It is an electric car. I think it doesn't run on petrol. But there are hybrids out there as well. You're absolutely right. Now, let's sort of move on. I want to share a couple of other products with you as well. Okay. Now, let's sort of find something which is very different from Tesla, something that we use every day, a consumer product, a mass product. And the product is right in front of you. It is ginger shampoo from Body Shop. Tell me, what's the inherent drama here? What would you classify? What would you coin? Okay, organic, good. Scalp caring, good. Good for your hair, good for your skin, very good. Okay, beauty, yes, that is more benefit. That will be the next step, Mashariq Akbar. But you're right, this is where we will go with this inherent drama. We need to connect it to a benefit. Natural, yes, absolutely. Organic, natural, no chemicals. Yes, I think you're getting the point, guys. Wonderful. The inherent drama here would be, it's a very natural shampoo. Good, 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 good. Okay, so what do we do to this inherent drama now? Now, as a marketeer, as an entrepreneur, you have to convert that inherent drama into a benefit. Now we start looking at all that beautiful stuff and, lovely stuff, and it makes you look pretty stuff. That's where we start looking at the benefits. So let's sort of go back to our inherent drama and connect it to the benefits. Okay? Why? Because your customers buy benefits. We humans are emotional fools. No matter what people tell you, you are very rational. Oh, you are very smart. You're always thinking logically. No, most of us are not thinking. We are behaving, and we are behaving emotionally. So we buy benefits, and benefits are mostly emotional. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So benefits have to come from the inherent drama. So inherent drama is the first point. Then you have to follow up with the benefit. Okay, so let's follow up with the benefit. Now remember guys, human brain cannot hold too much information when you're getting like 300 messages hitting you every day. So what I would say is, when you put together your marketing strategy as an entrepreneur, please don't go overboard. Don't try to communicate 30 features. They won't stick. You will lose focus. Concentrate. And I would say, as a marketer who has some practical experience of launching products, yes, Nakib, simple, straightforward. One benefit, ideal. Powerful, punchy, dramatic. Don't go over two benefits. If you go over two benefits, and you start losing people and you start losing focus and concentration. Okay, so my policy is one benefit. But if you feel you have a wonderful product and you won't be able to do justice to it, if you don't have more than one benefit, then I would say stick to two. Reliable, absolutely. That is the word, reliable. Okay, now let's go back. And let's sort of connect drama to benefits. So you have already told me number of dramatic sort of points here. Drama, inherent drama. I want you to tell me what's the benefit now. So connect that inherent drama to benefit. Anyone. So what will be the benefit of this? Now go emotional on it. Okay, guys. Nakib, low calorie is a feature. Yes. Good health is a benefit. Few trips to the doctor is a benefit. Your skin glows is a benefit. Strong immunity is a feature, Muzammil. What's the benefit? You will never get sick. You don't have to go to a hospital. That is the benefit. So hit the emotional level here. Fewer trips to the physician. Thank you very much, doctor. I don't need to see you. That is the benefit. Hygiene is a feature. What happens because of hygiene? You don't get sick. You don't get sick. What's the benefit? I can enjoy my life. Full of energy. So when you're full of energy, Adnan, what's the benefit? I can visit beautiful, natural, hilly areas or hill stations. Exactly. Cost benefit, what does that give you? Surplus income, what's the benefit? I can visit Paris. I can go to Disneyland, have the wonderful time of my life. Okay, excellent, excellent. All right, let's do the second product now. I know guys are loving this. Tesla. You came up with number of dramatic features. Some of you are saying electric. Some of you are saying smart car. Some of you are saying sleek design. Now tell me, what's the benefit? Connect those inherent dramas to benefits. Remember emotional level, guys. You have to stir the emotion, get inside the brain of the customer. Okay, high mileage, Abdul Rafe, is a function. When you have high mileage, that means you have to use less. Now you're hitting the pocket friendly. You have surplus income. You can help the planet. I'm going to leave the earth in a healthy state for my children. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Nazral, absolutely right. Status elevation. Oh, people will think I am a very conscientious individual. I have so much love for this earth. Yes, lifestyle, absolutely. The heels up, absolutely right. It reflects a very professional lifestyle. So when you go and see your client, if you go in a Tesla, oh, they will be impressed. That's a benefit. You get more business. That's a benefit. Absolutely right, guys. Wonderful, wonderful. Time is not with us, guys. Sorry, I'm enjoying this. I would say safe earth for your children, intact earth for your children, preserved earth for your children. This is the ultimate benefit of using eco-friendly products. And I think this is one of them. Okay, good, 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 good. So we have done this. We have translated inherent drama into meaningful benefit. Okay, very, very quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Yeah, so here you can sleep while you're driving, but I wouldn't recommend. Have you sleep and then drive. Okay, what's the inherent drama here? Benefit here, sorry. What's the benefit here, guys? Come on, give me a quick one, because I don't want to spend too much time here. So ginger shampoo, which is natural, which is organic, which is good for your scalp. Yes, healthy hair. You won't go bald. If you won't go bald, oh, you will look nice, you will look beautiful, you will be still attractive. Chemical free, good. What does that do to you? Nice shiny skin, glowing face, or look at the light on that person's face. This is the benefit, you know, and I'm going to talk about this in a few more minutes. Excellent. You will look good. Remember that. That is ultimate benefit here, guys. Okay. I'm going to talk about something slightly different, but as an entrepreneur, you must understand this and you must think about it. When you are talking about benefits, you are talking about selling. When you're talking about selling, you're talking about sales. And when you're talking about sales, you're talking about fab. All right, guys and girls. When I say guys, I mean girls and boys. Can you tell me what is fab? It's an acronym. What does F mean? What does A mean? What does B mean? And why the hell are we discussing it as part of entrepreneurial strategy? Very good, Sohail. Features and benefits, the first and the last word. But what about the middle one? A. Anyone? Good, Sohail, you're on the right track. Affordable, Sabahat, good sort of guess, but no, not in this case, sorry. Yeah, Sohail, you cracked it, boy. It is advantages or advantage. Good. Okay. So what has this fab got to do with the entrepreneurial marketing strategy? It can be attributed as well, Nadeem. That's absolutely fine. Okay, this is what it has got to do with entrepreneurial marketing strategy. What do you see in front of you? What is that gentleman trying to do? More importantly, who is that gentleman? Okay, can you describe his profession? It's not that difficult. Oh, Nakib, that is beautiful. He is a salesperson. In fact, he's an entrepreneur. But then entrepreneurs have to be, okay, they should be a salesperson. Is that correct? Do you agree with this? Entrepreneurs should be a salesperson. Yes, absolutely. I think I totally agree with you. One of you said they have to sell. If they can't sell, they will not be very effective salespeople. Yeah, guys, Nakib, marketers are actually salespeople. You sell your ideas, you sell your concept, you sell your commodity, you sell your service. So here the word should, I don't like. I'm going to replace that with entrepreneurs must be, or entrepreneur must be a salesperson. If you are not a salesperson, remember, I'm not saying as a salesperson, you should be a professional salesperson. By salesperson, I mean you should be able to communicate your benefits to the customers. This is what a salesperson does. So how do we communicate as a salesperson? Okay, guys, this is where fab comes handy. It is effective. It is simple, and yet it is powerful. Absolutely, Zahir Saab. This is where now we put together the whole package. How do we sell? As an entrepreneur, how do we communicate? How do we communicate our ideas, concepts, products? This basically works at a very basic level, but at a very powerful level. So here, first of all, you have to think about features. Now, features are usually physical. Okay, so if I talk to you about a mobile phone that has 101 features, okay, you have a clock in there, and then you have a sleek screen, and then you have a high resolution picture, and then you have a very nice digital camera, and so on and so forth. Absolutely. So this is where now you have to go emotional, Rabia. This is where you really need to understand the psyche of your customer to communicate the benefits. And that's why I was saying you really need to be intrinsic. You really need to get into the mind of your customer. You have to go emotional. So you are absolutely right. So let's sort of go emotional, but it has to be done in steps. First, features. All right, good. So features are physical. Now, what do those features do? Those features give you advantages. So what are advantages? They are functional needs. Okay, if I tell you, okay, feature in a mobile phone, a camera. Okay, good. What's the advantage of a camera? All right, I can take picture. Very good. There is a clock in every mobile phone. What's the advantage of a clock? Why, I can arrive at a meeting on time. That's an advantage. Good. Now the third level is the most important one. After you have met the functional needs of a customer, now you need to get into their psyche. Now you need to tap into their emotions. The third level is the most important level, and this is what I've been talking about, benefits. So you really need to have meaningful benefits. So let's go back to our example. Let's talk about the camera again. So if I have a camera, which is a feature, the advantage is I can take pictures, but then what's the benefit? If I take pictures, what's the benefit? Anyone? So why do you take pictures? Yeah, Bushra, that is it. You capture those moments. You preserve those moments. You want to relive those memories, absolutely. And if I say to you, okay, clock or watch or whatever in your mobile phone, and then you can sort of, watch time and, get to your appointments or get to your meetings, in a reasonable span of time, punctually, the benefit of that. If I get, yes, time is money, wonderful. But what about my manager? What is he going to think if I get there on time? This is where the benefit comes. Yes, this guy is using time effectively. He is a true professional. He's a good performer. He is dutiful. Positive image, absolutely. Muzammal, that is a very, very good point. Punctuality, that is the benefit. Okay, so FAB works at, first of all, the feature level, then the functional level, and the most important part is the emotional level. Okay, let's do a little bit of a practice here, guys, and something that all of us use. And I'm going to ask you to sort of, help me with this one. So this is a hair dryer, and I think all of us use a hair dryer. I want you to sell this hair dryer. Okay, so let's sort of start with the first level, which is the functional level. So you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, you have a number of features. I don't want to go through all of them because there are many. So let's sort of pick a few features. So for example, you have a concentrated nozzle here. Okay, good. And I'm going to ask you, if you have a concentrated nozzle on your, on your hair dryer, what is the advantage of that? Anyone? Okay, think about it. I'll come back to it. Okay, this hair dryer has only 340 grams of weight. That's a feature. And I'm going to ask you, what's the advantage of that? Then you have a wattage of 1875, which is not that powerful, which is a medium range wattage. What's the benefit? What's the advantage of that? So let me sort of very quickly now connect feature to advantage. First of all, I think one of you said something which is absolutely right. When you have a concentrated nozzle, Noman Yusuf, it helps you to style your hair because you can blow the air more, specifically. Muhammad Yasin, absolutely right. Okay, so what about the weight? If it's 340 grams, it's portable. Exactly, that's Nazrul, absolutely right. It is portable. Okay, then 1875 wattage basically means it is energy efficient. It is not consuming that much electricity. Absolutely easy to carry. Now this is where Muhammad Yasin, you have gone a step ahead, but I like it. I absolutely like it. Okay, now let's go a step ahead. Now let's connect these advantages to what the customer buys, which are benefits. So let's go to the dries quickly. So if you have a concentrator nozzle, that means your hair dry quickly. What's the benefit? Okay. The benefit is, I think we already said, you save time. Absolutely, Zara. And then you can use that time for other activities. Then if it's quiet, it is noiseless. It has, let's say, a built-in noise suppressing mechanism. And advantage is quiet. So what's the benefit? You do not want to disturb your sleeping wife or your sleeping husband. Yeah, reduces noise pollution. Absolutely. Like that word, noise pollution. It is peaceful. Absolutely. If it's portable, the advantage, what's the benefit? I think one of you said already that you can carry it. You can take it to different places. Easy to put in your bag. That's the benefit. So you can be sort of, styling your hair anywhere, anytime. That gives you a lot of comfort. That is the benefit. And then finally, energy efficient means I save on my electric bill. That saving I can redirect for my benefit. I can buy chocolate. I can take my wife or my husband out for a meal. So you see how FAB works. Start with the features, then see what the advantages are, and then connect those advantages which are functional to benefits which are emotional. So FAB, application of FAB, understanding of FAB is very critical for a marketer and entrepreneur. Okay, guys, excellent, excellent, excellent. So to move on. Okay, very, very quickly, I'm going to show you some words. I want you to tell me whether they are features, whether they are advantages, or whether they are benefits. Very, very quickly. Okay, the first one, what is it? Saves time and money. Okay, Zara said it's a benefit. Anyone? Agree, disagree? Zara, you are right. Okay, let me take you the second one very, very quickly. You can use less amount. What is that? You can use less amount. What is that? Frontier, feature, okay. Absolutely. You have to move back a little bit. It's not a feature. If you can use less amount of something, what is it? Yeah, you can save money. That's a benefit. Move back. It is an advantage. Absolutely right, Sarah. Absolutely right. I think you're getting the hang of it. I'm going to do one more and that's it. And I'm going to move on because I don't have enough time, guys. Battery life of 8 hours. What is that? Yeah, that's a feature, Zara. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to just show you the rest. If you see, they are all color coded. So if it's red, it is a feature. If it is blue, it's an advantage. And if it is green, it is a benefit. Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. Remember, people, customers, consumers buy benefits. So this is where you really need to focus as a marketer stroke entrepreneur. Okay, now you got your benefits. You want to communicate those benefits to the customer. Some of you are saying, keep it simple, keep it easy. I totally agree with you. But I would say one more word here. Keep them believable as well. So when you communicate your benefits, please make sure they're realistic. People will believe them. Yes, you can stretch the truth or reality, but don't stretch it to the point where you enter fantasy land. You get into the gaga land. Yes, Rabia, people have to believe you. If they don't believe you, you lose your credibility. You're not much of a marketer or an entrepreneur. Okay, so how do we do this? How can we use language in a believable and a realistic way? Okay. The reason we need to do it is that you want people to believe you. You want them to accept you. You want them to sort of, think, yeah, this guy is telling the truth. It is possible. What he is saying is achievable, or it is reliable, as Rabia, what you're saying. So you have to use words which create this impression, which communicate this type of reliability or this type of believability. Okay, so how do we do that? let me sort of share something with you from the past. And then I'm going to sort of do a little bit of a positive word activity with you so that you can understand some of these words which can be used to create believability. Okay. This is a blast from the past, a product called Tibet Snow. And sorry, this is in Urdu. I'm not going to use the whole message. This advert, I think, is from 1970s. I just want you exactly, Nakib, it was a whitening cream, or this was some sort of what you call the makes your skin white. The word I've forgotten. It's a sort of a chemical formula. Bleach. Bleach. It's a bleach. Okay. Now, on a 1 to 10. 1 being unbelievable, 10 being very believable. What score would you give this? I'm going to read out the tagline for you. Ek pakre Jamal, Tibet Snow, के सिंघार की दिलकश मिसाल, और इसके इस्तेमाल से जल्द हमेशा साफ और दिलकशी पैदा हो जाती है वगैरह वगैरह. Okay, guys, unbelievable. All right. Score 1 to 10, 7. Okay. Zara, you think it's entering the realms of unbelievability. So 10 is very believable. Okay. So you guys believe it. Wow. Abdul, you think it's very believable. He's given it 9. Okay. All right. There are different views here. That's absolutely fine, guys. You will react differently to this ad. I don't know what I will give it, but personally, I've seen some people use it, and it doesn't really create a big difference. It does give it a little bit of a glow. Yeah, Mahwish, I think I'm sort of more or less in your camp here. I would give it about 3 to 4. Irfan, more or less. Yeah. Okay. Something from the present day. Very similar product, but from the other side of the border. Fair and Lovely. Okay, very, very quickly again, I'm not going to repeat the whole story. It says unbeatable fairness, even against some international creams. What would you give it? 1 being totally unbelievable, 10 being very believable. Okay, Nabi, 7, Nakib, 4, 3-ish, Mahwish. Okay, I mean, I think it's very difficult to turn someone into a white unicorn. It will make a little bit of a difference because bleach does take care of the top sort of, layer of the skin. And then the fresh skin is, whitish. If you see babies, mostly babies when they're born, they have a fairly, okay, yeah, absolutely, Rabia. I think they have a celebrity approach to advertising and that helps. That I don't know how believable that is to me. But again, I'm in, I think I'm with you, 3 to 4 maximum. Okay, finally, this is something for the boys. I mean, this is quite interesting that, boys, men use bleach cream as well. This one is Fair and Handsome. And if you see the color of the eyes changes as well, the middle sort of, image, the guy. Not only does his skin color changes, his eye color changes as well. But anyway, 0. Subahat. Okay. Okay, Talha, 1. You're being a bit cruel here. Okay, I mean, that's your view. I'm with it. All right, excellent, guys. So, what sort of words should we be using then? What sort of language should we be using to create believability? Keeping it simple and yet realistic, reliable. And then people sort of are confident that what this guy is saying is more or less within the bounds of realism. Okay, so which words would you choose? So here, what I've done is I've given you about 20 words. So which words, everyone give me their best word. Which word would you use to create positivity? To communicate benefits in a positive way. Okay, unique, Binish, good, real. Rabia, okay, researched, okay, good. That's a credible word. Muhammad Hassan, good, good, good. Any more? Cost effective, yeah, that's a nice word. That's a nice word. Okay, customized, okay. So customized means specifically for a group of people. I mean, if you are doing niche marketing, yeah. New, okay, cost effective, gainful, saving, natural, okay, good words, okay. I think you are all more or less hitting in the right area. I would say try to use simple words, try to use words which don't hold you to something. Yeah. And they are more open language words. Yeah, customized is a good word to use as well. Light, enjoy, okay, simple. These are some words that you can use, but I think you've given me a good choice. Okay, guys. Now, the words that create positivity. You gave me some good group of words. I shared a few with you. Now let's apply that to a product. Let's go back to our old friend, Kidalicious breakfast. Now you have a statement from that ad. So the statement is, a bowl of Kidalicious breakfast provides your child with almost as many vitamins as a multivitamin pill. Can you tell me which one word in this ad creates the positivity? So now I'm referring to this ad. Which one word? Full of nutrition is 3 words, finish. 1 word. Vitamins, good, 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 good. Okay. Think about it. Which word creates, Sayyid Naqvi Saab, mashallah. You got it nailed. You hit the nail right on the head. The word that creates, in my view, the positivity, the realism is almost. Now, you're not saying everything, you're saying almost. You're creating that little bit of an escape route for yourself. And that is believable. Many, exactly, Rabia. You can say that, many, but that doesn't mean all. Okay? So here there is that margin of, how should I say, what's a margin of error, that yeah, it's not all, but it's most, it's many, it's almost. Okay, so these words create believability. Try to avoid the fantasy land, guys. Okay, now we enter the core. Not a claim, good one, Bushra. Not a guarantee. That is absolutely what you don't want to do. You don't want to get yourself into a situation where you are staking a claim and then you can't back it up. It can create doubt as well, Noman. Absolutely right. Okay, so now we are entering the core of our entrepreneurial marketing strategy. The key question. You got everything there. You got inherent drama. You got your benefits. Okay, you got your language right. Now, how do you get people's, customers, consumers' attention? Not easy. Not easy. Okay, but one thing, remember, it's the benefits. Okay, storytelling is a way. It's the benefits. People will pay attention to an advert if it interests them. Okay, so they will be looking for a benefit, remember. Yes, absolutely, Rabia. They may have a need and they're going to fit that need into your advert by looking at that specific area which attracts them, which satisfies that need, or there is a possibility, of satisfying that need, hitting the right notes. Absolutely. Okay, so here they pay attention to what interests them. So make sure that they focus on that, and your ad is pulling them towards that offering. Okay, let me sort of do a little experiment here. One has to be honest, including the boys or the men or the guys, whoever is out there. You have to be honest. I'm going to show you an advert. All right. Before I show you that advert, I want to show you another advert. Do you find this funny? Will this interest you? And I'm talking about this particular ad. Okay, Rabia. Okay, funny. It's a very light, sort of funny, comedial way of maybe not buying. Okay. Maybe it's a culture issue here. In America, it attracted people. When they were sort of making a film, I could have shown you a clip that people found this. And just because they found it funny, they just sort of picked one banana. Light humor, absolutely, Bushra. So culture can play a little part here as well. I mean, maybe not in Pakistan. Maybe you have to use a slightly different sense of humor if you want to use it. Usma, here it may not create emotionality. So you got to be careful in context of the culture or the society. What may work in America may not work in Pakistan and vice versa. But this is what I want you to really look at, because this is something which perhaps is quite universal. Okay, now everyone look at this. Yeah, Mavish, this will definitely get attention. Now I want everyone to put their hand on their heart and then take this oath that whatever you will say will be the truth, nothing but the truth. Tell me, where did your eyes go first when you looked at this advert? Absolutely, Imran. Thanks for your honesty, Rabia. Good. The dimple. Wow, that was very specific. On girl. Okay. Eyes. Okay. Right. All right. That's fine. Did you miss the product completely? Okay. You did not. Some of you did. Okay. It took you a little bit of time to sort of, get your eyes away from that lady onto that yogurt pot. So I think you got to be a bit careful here. I don't want you to be too focused here. The way she's eating, yeah, that is attractive. I want you to be focused here. So that is the main product. So in my view, what is wrong with this advert is that the product, yes, absolutely, Zahir Saab, that is a good comment. Absolutely right. The product is drowned. The product is not something which is attracting the focus of the customer. So here, the product, the actual brand itself, the label, the name, exactly, eclipsed. Sayyid Naqvi Saab, absolutely right, good word. So here, the focus, the center of attention is diverted. A label is too small, Sayyid Naqvi Saab. Yeah, absolutely. So these are some of the things you really need to focus. Because if you don't get the attention of the customer or the people towards your product, you're not going to get that traction. That's the end of the story. Okay, I think raised hand. Ahmad Latif, I can't hear you guys. So what I will do is I'll take any questions towards the end. Okay, we got about half an hour to go here. So let me sort of crack on with it. Once I finish, then I will open the floor for any questions, any discussions, any points you want to raise. So just hang there. Yes, the background is a little, but I would say even if they were using dark background, they could have used much lighter front to create. What I'm saying is it's a luxury product using a lady. I have my doubts whether that really attracts your focus towards the product. I don't know. So there are a number of things that can be said. But definitely, as one of you made a comment, and that is the main comment here, the product is drowned. It is camouflaged. It is lost its prime spot or pedestal. Okay? So there are a number of things which can be said. And that should not happen because that will not create attention. Now, the question is, if this doesn't create attention, and there are a number of flaws or number of weaknesses, right? How do we motivate our audience, our customers, our consumers to get involved? Okay, so how do we get them to visit the store, to visit the website, to make a call, to fill in a form, to fill in a coupon, or to come in for a demonstration? How do we get them to come to us? Okay, so question is how? All right, let me sort of try to answer that in one sentence. And then we will open that up. And then you guys can sort of go crazy. So we have to create touch points. These are the touch points through which the customer comes to your product or comes to you, or what you are saying is create visibility, or this is something which puts light on your product or creates attention. So touch points, how do we create those touch points? This is where we're going to go now. Okay, so how do we create touch points so that we can get the attention of the consumer, customer, or the people? Okay, visible advantages, Rabia, absolutely right. So let me sort of very quickly give you an example. This is something which I took a photo in Hong Kong. I mean, I thought this guy was pretty impressive. He was an entrepreneur who opened his martial arts school. Not enough budget, shoestring, very creative. Used a tree as a touch point, which I thought was amazing. And then this is someone who basically is into barbecue equipment. Again, an entrepreneur, not very wealthy, and using a touch point. He used a gutter, and he put a grill on the gutter, and then next to it, he advertises his, retail outlet, or wherever his sort of shop is, by using that particular environment, that particular place as a touch point. So very creative way, creating touch points from which the customers can access you or your product. So these are the attention points. These are the routes or the channels through which customer will come to you. Okay, now the question was here, this is wonderful, this is very nice. And one question which I asked you earlier, how? There are different ways. There are multiple strategies, but I'm going to focus on something which is called guerrilla marketing. And I think most of you have already heard about guerrilla marketing. And this is guerrilla marketing is not the gorilla which hangs from the trees and it's a big beast with, thumps his chest. This gorilla is someone who is in jungles and, is a camouflaged guy, and he's a small guy, especially in Vietnam. They almost, took the Mickey out of the American powerful army, these little Chinese people hiding in trees and in the ground and so on. So it's a guerrilla. Guerrilla is a soldier, or it's an attacker, or it's an assailant who has that element of surprise. And they use environment to the best of their advantage. So how does guerrilla marketing work? Hybrid marketing is a general word where you're mixing marketing strategies. Okay, now that's a good one, Upsir. This is exactly where I want to go. Attack and disappear. Attack and disappear. That is one form of guerrilla marketing. I'm going to talk to you 3 formats here, which I feel are very, very relevant for entrepreneurial marketing. So let's start with these are some examples of guerrilla marketing. See how these ads use the environment to the best of its, what it has to offer, to the best of its ability. Maximum utilization of the environment. Absolutely right, Bushra. So these are all entrepreneurs. These are small restaurants. These are small shops. And they're using footpaths. This is a very creative way of using surrounding as a touch point to get your customers' attention, to drag them, to pull them into your business, into your shop, into your retail outlet. It's a very cost-effective job. Remember what I said right from the onset. Entrepreneurs are working on a shoestring budget. The reason you go creative is because you want to save money. You don't have a lot of it, unless you have a very wealthy father like Bill Gates. But I think most of us don't have very wealthy fathers, but that's okay. Now, let's sort of discuss guerrilla marketing, because I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to show you a couple of clips, how this works. Now, first of all, I don't like definitions because they sort of contain things into a couple of lines, and then, it's sort of, how should I say, limits the applicability of the concept. But anyway, here it says it uses surprise, imagination, innovation, and the whole point is to get the attention of your customer, to motivate your customer to get involved. Why do you want to get involved? At the end of the day, you want them to buy your product. The focus, the key focus of you as an entrepreneur is selling. Okay? And this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to interest, you're trying to engage. Exactly. Abdul Rafi pamphlets is a good example. All right. So let's look at those 3 formats of guerrilla marketing. But before we do that, I'm going to show you a little clip to start with. And this is Coca-Cola. They are using guerrilla marketing on a university campus, quite interestingly. So have a look. Okay, guys, very, very quickly, again, we don't have, I don't know where the time goes while you are having fun. Couple of comments, really good comments. First, Mahvesh, flash mob. I'm going to give you an example of that in a minute. That's a very good point to make. Second, I think Nakib said something about giveaway with a question mark. It's not a giveaway. It's a very cheap form of advertising, promotion. If you think about it, the amount of money these guys must have spent must have been like hundreds of dollars. Yes, and the amount of mileage, the promotional mileage, the sales mileage, just imagine it's a university campus. You know, a fact of viral marketing, which I don't classify as a marketing, and I'll give you my reasons in a minute, this will go viral. And the amount of sales they will get out of this will be just amazing. Okay, so let's move on. I have to share some more stuff with you. So guerrilla marketing formats. Let's start with the first one. And I think it is all about using the environment in a conducive way, in a creative way, so that you can get people involved, you can get people working for you as exactly carriers of advertising, carriers of promotion, carriers of the product itself. So ambush, I think we already talked about ambush. I think flash mobs, Mahvesh said something like this. Ambush, you appear, you do your stuff, and then you disappear. So you appear, you do your ad, you show your ad, and then very, very quickly, before the police gets there, you're gone. So ambush marketing, I'll sort of show you a very interesting clip in a minute, but just watch this. These couple of images are amazing. Just see the first image, Dove versus Pantene, right next to each other. I don't know who sort of, you know, brushed with who, but this was a classic. And then you see this one, these two individuals sort of moving around in the New York area. This wasn't exactly ambush, but I thought this was a very good way of just going around and promoting Xeon as, you know, a product, especially their new model, price, and everything. And then this is a flash mob. So people just appear wearing shirts, wearing, you know, different marketing messages. They stay there, you know, in an event or some sort of a gathering for a few minutes. And before the law comes into action or someone notices them, they're gone. So this is a surprise attack we were talking about. Just appearing, doing your publicity, doing your promotion, doing your advertising, and then before something happens, going. This is quite, you know, common. You have a cricket match, you have a football match, and suddenly you see this plane going over the stadium with this advert following as a tail. So again, it's ambushing that space, but this is airspace. Before you can do something, the plane is gone. And I think this is going in a new direction, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. So instead of plane, you can use something else as an entrepreneur. Okay, time is flying. So let me sort of very, very quickly share with you another clip, which I feel is about this ambush marketing, and especially Mahvesh, this is a flash mob sort of a flash individual sort of a approach involving ambush marketing. So please have a good look.
You are not part of the media. You're not even connected with anything. Get out. Well, not now. You're free advertising. Get out. After he's just broken it. No, you're not going to. I've seen you blokes before, all right? Now get out. Coming over here, a couple of
Okay, guys, I know it might be an unfair question, but I'll ask it anyway. Can you tell me who ambushed who? Anyone? Very, very quickly. You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to sort of media. Yeah, okay. So this was a sports channel who was interviewing a celebrity. The sports channel who was actually legally interviewing was 10. And then comes this M, which is another sports channel looking for free publicity. They ambushed and they were caught. So you have a very narrow time window. So you really need to do this quickly before you get discovered. Yes, that the person who was holding that cardboard mic, and then there was a figure, cardboard figure, which was coming, in front of the camera. This was the actual ambush. So it has to be done quickly, and it has to be done quite efficiently. Okay, now the second format that I want to very, very quickly go through is a very interesting format. It's called undercover marketing. So here what you usually do is you use some sort of a plant. And that plant can come in various shapes and sizes. You can use a person, you can use a whole situation. So let me give you an example here. This is the plant approach. Now this is Oscars 2014. And this sort of picture was taken by the plant, who was perhaps paid some money. And you can see the mobile phone that was being advertised. So the plant that was used was this person over here. Now, I don't know whether you guys know him. He's a very famous Hollywood actor, and his name is Bradley Cooper. And he's done some good stuff. So this is where the plant was used. And later on, they discovered that this guy was actually working for this particular, camera, this particular mobile phone company, and he got paid, and the rest is history. Now, you can use it as a situation as well. Yes, Samsung, Nakib, absolutely right. Now here, I'm just going to give you another example of, undercover marketing. This is more interesting, and see how the situation is turned into a way of undercover marketing, which is quite effective in my way.
Go ahead, get this guy in the business suit.
Would you like to give me to me, my boyfriend?
When Sony Ericsson wanted to promote its hot new gadget, a cell phone that takes pictures, beyond conventional advertising, they launched an undercover campaign called Fake Tourist.
Excuse me, ladies. Sorry to bother you.
60 actors took to the streets of 10 cities, irresistibly innocent looking, seeking a small favor.
Okay, guys, so what's happening here? So basically, you're using undercover marketing again, but what you're doing is you're using 60 amateur actors who are using this tourist setup, going around the city, asking people to take their photo. And this was launched by Sony Ericsson. And just imagine the word of mouth and the word of mouth that must have been generated from this particular approach. Okay, the third type, which is quite interesting, is called ambient marketing. So what you're doing here is basically using the environment, the surroundings in a creative way, so that you can communicate your marketing message. You can launch your marketing message. And some examples are, I don't know if any of you has traveled to Singapore or Hong Kong. They have a very efficient metro there. And when you sort of ride the train or the metro, you have these, support, arm support, or the grills that you hold on to. And they are basically advertising contraptions like for watches and for bangles and so on and so forth. This was quite innovative, I thought, very creative. Yeah, grip handles, Nakib, absolutely. And this is where this guy launched his book. And the way he did it was he used a university campus, and like a fruit, he hung about 10, 12 copies of his book from trees. So people sort of started taking them, reading them, talking about them. And I thought that was a very wonderful way of advertising through the surroundings, through the environment. And then IKEA, using one of these underground railway stations, tube stations, to advertise their furniture. And again, it was a very, very good ambient marketing approach. Now, watch this. Again, ambient marketing, but done by a very famous company in a very effective way, and created a lot of word of mouth and a lot of buzz. So have a good look. This is quite interesting. Okay, very, very quickly, Mahvesh, I think you made a remark and this really fits into that. You said, people drinking beverages during a show. So this is the way ambient marketing worked for Nescafe. They used these traffic, control sort of device, traffic lights where, you basically stop people and then you let them go. That button was used as a coffee dispenser, created a lot of hype. Again, a lot of word of mouth. And they said 830 smiles and so many high sort of fives and so on and so forth. This is all ambient marketing. Now, very, very quickly, remember guys, there are legal implications to guerrilla marketing. One thing. Secondly, the window in which you promote, in which you advertise is very tight. And it can be offensive. But the most important point is don't cross the legal line. You can go to a different culture and you try this sort of thing there, like I am in Qatar, and you try something which is offensive, which is illegal. I mean, here you can pay a very heavy price for that. So you got to be very careful in terms of how you use it, where you use it. Personally, I would say don't use it if it is illegal. For instance, this was something which was done in New York. They were advertising this new movie called Kill Bill 2. I don't know whether you see this. I found that movie very gross and very, very violent, and this is exactly what it was. Not something pleasant. This was again 3M advertising their product in US, and they basically said whoever can break the glass can take that money, and everyone was sort of launching themselves into that bus stand. And I was dreading if someone brings in a sledgehammer and tries to have a go. So these are what I say, the unpleasant, the nasty side of guerrilla marketing. So make sure when you use something like this, you don't go distasteful. Okay, you are within the law, and you are not sort of offending people. Very, very important. Now, one thing which all this does is, especially when you're trying to motivate people, this creates what I call the viral effect, or some people call it marketing. As I said earlier on in the section, I don't call it marketing. This is an outcome, okay? So basically what happens is when you do all this stuff, what we have talked about, guerrilla marketing, ambush marketing, ambient marketing, undercover marketing, what you're essentially doing is you are creating this word of mouth, and word of mouth even more important. So you're creating this chain reaction where people will talk good or bad about your product, okay? But you will have a viral effect. Now, one more. How many of you remember this individual? Okay. This guy was from South Korea. His name was, Sabahat. Okay, his name was Sai or J Park. Yeah, not exactly fish selling, but he did something which was a song. And very, very quickly, I'm going to sort of share that song with you for a second. And then we can talk about. Okay, I think that's enough of Jason Park. All right, so let's sort of get back to our boring session. You can watch it in your own time, guys. Sorry, I have to interrupt. Okay, so I think what was so special about this song, all of you are saying the right thing here. It was perhaps the highest watched song on the YouTube. This guy had over, I think, 1 or 2 billion hits. And, he became an overnight success. But then he also disappeared very, very quickly. Okay. So he was, very successful for a short period. But then, he was gone. So he got a lot of buzz. He got a lot of viral outcome. And he was talked about for a few weeks. And then he did his next song, which was nowhere near as good as Gangnam Style, and he was out of the limelight. So one purpose of creating a buzz is to get your customers motivated and involved. Okay, and for that you can use both online and offline medium. I'm going to show you this very interesting video, which was, I think, a very clever, a genius stroke by DHL, where they did this particular scam, I would say. They pulled a very fast one where they involved their competitors to do advertising on their behalf. So watch it. This is very funny, but it's a very smart way of doing your marketing. So have a look at this.
In many countries, DHL has more locations, more vehicles, and more employees. That's why DHL is faster.
Okay,
However,
just a minute. Can you see the video, guys?
Campaign is expensive. So why couldn't the competitors?
No, okay, just a minute. Let me sort of very quickly try. Okay, just a minute.
For that purpose, giant packages were taped all
Can
over
you see it
with
now?
thermoactive foil and cooled down below
All right,
the
just a
freezing
minute.
point.
Let me restart. Okay.
In many countries, DHL has more locations, more vehicles, and more employees. That's why DHL is faster. However, to communicate this with a classic advertising campaign is expensive. So why couldn't the competitors advertise for DHL? For that purpose, giant packages were taped all over with thermoactive foil and cooled down below the freezing point. In this way, the competitors picked up a black package that transformed back at temperatures above freezing and delivered the message in the most beautiful colors to addresses in the city that were not that easy to find. After all, they were paid reasonably. The result, an innovative way to communicate, and everyone played along. Well, almost everyone. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, I think you got the message here. This was very well done by DHL.
If you manage a team, you have to try Monday.com. Monday.com is a platform to track everything your team is working on. We use it for all our projects, marketing, product development.
Okay, so we are back. So let me sort of take another couple of minutes of your time. Let me sort of finish my slides, and then inshallah I'll open the floor for questions. Just give me a minute. Let me come back to. Okay, so what do you think, guys? Was that a brilliant strategy or what? Anyone? Yeah, exactly. I think this was a great one. Very, very well thought, very, very cleverly executed. Let the competitors do the work for you. I mean, that was like what, about $500, $600 worth of expenditure. And it was very out of the box, absolutely absurd. Okay, it was a bit cheeky, I agree. But I think it was sort of, cheeky, but within the legal limits. Okay, all right, excellent, excellent. All right, so now one thing that I said, step number 6 was that make sure that you're communicating clearly to your target, okay? And for that, you have to do your marketing research, all right? So here, make sure that you're asking your target, your segment, your niche, that they're getting the message. And for that, you have to do certain tests. You have to do some marketing research, okay? And this is where you sort of go and you talk to them and you make sure that, yes, market survey, market research, ask them to fill in a questionnaire. You go and do a little bit of observational interview with them. The whole idea is, do they know your product? Do they know your brand? Do they know your message? Do they know the purpose of your product? This is what you really need to know, to test. Otherwise, you're spending your money aimlessly. You're throwing your money in a leaky bucket, okay? So that has to be done. And then finally, remember the seventh and the last stage. Are you making any money? Are you selling? Are you generating revenues? Are you generating profits? This is a very sound measure of whether your entrepreneurial marketing strategy is successful. If you're creating awareness, if you're creating motivation, if you're involving your customers, if you're engaging your customer, then the chances are that you are generating revenues, you are generating profits, you are generating monetary value, okay? And for that, there is this middle part. If customers can recall your brand, if customers can recall your message, if customers can recall your product, and this is what you assess during your marketing research, then there is a chance you are making money. Okay, finally, guys, 2 more minutes, the future. I want to share a couple of things with you. First, in entrepreneurial marketing, the future definitely, I think some of you said, is digital. Okay, so you will be using online, you will be using internet, you will be using websites, and these are going to take more prominence. This is where we are going with it. This is where we are heading. Okay, so the future is digital. Low cost, higher penetration, wider scope. This is where we are going. Secondly, I said to you guys that maybe as an entrepreneur, you won't be able to hire rent an aeroplane to fly over a cricket stadium to advertise your product. But I think what is possible, you can buy a drone. And I think the future is very bright for drone marketing. And especially for entrepreneurs who do not have, yes, the hisab, that is a very, very big question. We really need to think about ethics. And this is where I think a very healthy debate is needed, where we draw some very stringent guidelines. We really need to set the boundaries. How should one be using that drone? But my view is that those guidelines, those ethical codes will be available because it's a very important area. And I think drones are getting into marketing in a big way. You can't stop them. But again, I agree with you, Zahir. I am for privacy. I am for people's right. Yeah, proper planning, healthy debate. You have to set the guidelines, and it must be done by professionals. Not any Tom, Dick, and Harry should be able to take a drone and get on with marketing. So licensing is important. I totally agree with you. Finally, you must teach your children to problem solve. And this is a boy. I'm going to share his clip with you, and he's doing something, and then we will have a very quick discussion.
So this is my first design. This is my first design out of the 3 that I made. So this one is a online supported bicycle delivery. So this is the manufacturing area, and this is the delivery. This is the delivery system. It's on a bike, and it can carry multiple passengers at one time to deliver whatever it is to the customer. And the customer just calls, and it comes straight to the person. So this is my second one. This is a build your own comic service, and you also do this online. So the customer calls and says what he wants in his comic, or it's just anything that you desire. And these are just an example of what any superhero or whatever you want inside the actual comic. And this is an online gallery service for young artists or junior artists. So whoever the artist is puts their piece of work, and people can see it through. You can see it virtually through a screen, so they can see all this art and rate it and do whatever they want to do inside. And
okay, guys, very, very quickly, the reason I showed you this brief clip was this 12-year-old kid was talking about creative solutions. He, I think, is an entrepreneur in the making. So the first idea was about two people bicycle delivery, the big bike. Second one was comic publication. Okay, you come up with creative ideas and this guy will help you put them into comic. And the third one was online artist gallery. So the main point is, for future, start teaching your kids how to solve problems. If they want to become entrepreneurs, fine. These skills will help them with the rest of their life, whatever they want to be. Once they start getting into the knack of how to solve problems, how to look at problems, this will be a very useful skill for the rest of their life. Okay, guys. Now, I know we have 3 minutes left. So any questions, any points you want to make? I am here. I'm more than happy to stay for 5 more minutes, but I know you guys must be boiling. 2 hours is a long time for online teaching. So 3-4 minutes, who wants to talk? Anyone? Okay, guys, go ahead. I mean, if you want to write, if you want to talk, I'm easy. Anyone? Any questions? I know some people have their hands up. I do not have the control to give you a voice in. I apologize for that. Yeah, okay. I think that's a very specific question, Muhammad Asmar, using jingles in the ads. I think it's very important to hit the customer with the right message. If you can do that in jingles, and they are simple, effective jingles, which people can remember. Just to very quickly highlight your point, you remember the way they used to sell cherry blossom, the boot polish? Cherry blossom, chamke hardam, da 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 da. I mean, I still remember a couple of those words. And that was a very good example of what you're saying. That jingle stayed in my head until today. And I'm, alhamdulillah, 51. So absolutely, sometimes these things can really create. You have to know your USP, absolutely, absolutely. Noman, this is your inherent drama. You have to start with that. Absolutely. The inherent drama, what is unique, what is the key selling point or, USP, as you say, unique selling point or whatever you want to call it. Okay, Asma, that is a very good question. Remember, marketing is not a magic wand. Remote areas, in my view, again, you have a very, very thin segmentation in the sense you don't have that many people. And sometimes expenditure can outweigh the benefits of that marketing. So you have to choose your markets carefully. I mean, if you're talking about social marketing, then you may be able to get some, how should I support some grant from the government. So here, again, return on investment is very important. Absolutely so here. Remember, marketing will not solve all your problems. You have to be careful. You really need to see the holistic view of how it fits in. If it's cost effective, if it's beneficial, if it gives you more advantage than the expenditure, then you use it. Anything else, guys? Okay, I think the time is upon us. And thank you very much for your kind comments. And I really, really enjoyed this session. And I wish you all the best. Just the last slide. Please stay safe and have a nice evening. Everyone.
Hello, Dr.
Hello, Taskeen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
It has been amazing 4 lectures from your end, and we are all very, very thankful. that you took out time to spoke to the participants and the members of the Center for Entrepreneurial Development at IBA Karachi. And we know that you have a very busy schedule, even with the COVID going on. I'm sure there are online sessions going on, but you took out 2 hours, and there is 4 sessions. So Dr. Shahid Qureshi and the whole CD team, we are very grateful for the time and the effort that you have taken to share your thoughts and learning and experiences with different aspects of entrepreneurship. And I'm sure that the participants will make the best of the suggestions and explanations in their business startups and business ideas. And your enthusiasm has been very, very contagious. So I would just like to take this opportunity to thank you so much for the very insightful sessions that you've delivered. Thank you so much.
Jaskin, that's absolutely fine. You know, Dr. Shahid is my guru, bit of value for you guys, and I can share some thoughts with you guys. It's an absolute honor and a pleasure. And it is wonderful to interact with such a, learned bunch and such an enthusiastic bunch who is so interactive, talking to you all the time. So this session was like, for me, it was highly enjoyable. And it was like, I was talking to my friends over a cup of coffee. And I really appreciate your efforts, Taskin. You managed everything in a clockwise fashion. Everything was done very smoothly. And all I say to you guys is, please take this to the field. And that is the litmus test. And I wish all of you the best of luck. And you have a nice evening. And from me, Assalamu alaikum and Allah Hafiz.
Thank you.
So, Taskin, I can sign out now?
Yes, Abdullah, are you there? Yes, I think Dr. Khurram, it's okay. You can leave. The session is officially over. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
You're welcome, guys, everyone. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.